Good morning, students. Today we are going to deal with the second poem of Flamingo, second poem of book Flamingo. That is an elementary school classroom in a slum, and which is written by Stephen Spender. Stephen Spender was born in 1909 and died in 1995. He was born in 1909 and he died in 1995. He was an English poet and essayist. He left University College, Oxford without taking a degree and went to Berlin in 1930. And he went to Berlin in 1930. He went to Berlin in 1930. Spender took a keen interest in politics and declared himself to be a socialist and pacifist. He was very much interested in politics and he had declared himself that he was a socialist and pacifist. Books by Spender include Poems of Dedication, The Age of Being, The Creative Element, The Struggle of the Modern, and an autobiography, World Within World. And this poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, this poem is expressing the social injustice and class inequalities which is made to the slum children. The class inequalities which is made to the slum children. In this poem, the poet has highlighted the pathetic and miserable condition of the slum children. These children are just like the rootless weeds. These children are just like the rootless weeds, and they are sitting in strong gales, strong blowing winds, and so many students are sitting in the classroom, but no one pay attention to them. As a smart and young boy is sitting at the back side of the classroom, where there is no proper arrangement of the light, it means to say that the life of these slum children is in darkness. And also the poet is telling that these children are living just like in a cottage, where there is no proper arrangement of fresh air, and they are sitting in the classroom with waved head down. Their heads are down because they are physically and emotionally exhausted. And the writer has used simile, alliteration, pun, and many more figures of speech here. Okay, stop. Okay. From gusty waves, these children faces like rootless weeds. The poet is saying that these children are sitting very far away, where the winds are not blowing properly. The children are sitting in the classroom of slum school, which is very far away from the winds or the waves blowing strongly. Like rootless weeds, the faces of these children are just like that plant which is uprooted. It means to say that these children who are sitting in the classroom, they are looking like dead body, like rootless plants. Okay, the face of these children, it means to say the face of these children are pale, yellowish, weak. So the poet is saying that the faces of these children are like rootless weeds. The hair turned around their pallor, okay, and the hair of these students are scattered over their faces. The hair of these children are scattered over their pale faces, their yellowish faces, their weak faces. The tall girl with her waved down head. Here is a question asked: why is the tall girl waved her head down? Waved her head down, waved her head down. Then the answer will be the girl is physically and emotionally exhausted. The girl is physically and emotionally exhausted. She is feeling the burden of the world. The girl is feeling the burden of the world. She is depressed. She is ill. She is exhausted. This is the reason that tall girl is having her head down. This is the reason that tall girl is having her head down. Next line. The paper seeming boy. The paper seeming boy. The boys are just like the paper. The paper seeming, the boys who are sitting in the classroom are looking like paper. The boys who are sitting in the classroom are looking like the paper. It means to say that they are very weak. They are alloys. They are pale. With right eyes. What do you mean by right eyes? With right eyes. With right eyes. Right eyes word is expressing that they are hungry and continuously their eyes are searching for food. Continuously their eyes are searching for food. So the poet is saying that with right eyes, the eyes of these children who are sitting in the classroom are just like the eyes of the rats. It means to say that these boys are continuously searching for the foods and with stunted unlucky hair of the twisted bones, and these students are suffered from genetic disorder. These students are suffered from genetic disorder. Genetic disorder means to say these students have got disease from their parents. These students have got disease from their parents. Their the growth of these students are stunted, suppressed. And next line, reciting father's null disease, and these students are remunerating the disease which is developed in their body by their parents. These students are reciting the disease which is given to them by their parents. His lesson from his desk, and there is a boy. His word is used. His word is used. Obviously, this is used for singular. This is used for singular. Okay, and his word is for male. So the poet is saying that there is a boy sitting in the classroom and he is learning his lesson from his desk. He is learning his lesson from his desk. At back of the dim class, one noted sweet and young. And at the back of the classroom, where is no proper arrangement of light, a boy is sitting, and that boy was not noticed by anyone. No one has noticed to that boy. Means to say neglected. That boy was neglected, avoided. No one is paying attention to that boy. His eyes live in dream. His eyes live in dream. Dream means hopeful. Dream means hopeful. The boy is hopeful. The boy is having some hope in his eyes, but perhaps that hopes are not going to be fulfilled. Perhaps that hopes are not going to be fulfilled. Okay. Next. Of squirrels game in the tree room. Other than this, perhaps this boy wants to have the fun, just like the squirrels. He wants to enjoy freedom. He wants to enjoy freedom, but he can never enjoy because their condition is very miserable, very pathetic, and they can never develop in their life. On sour cream walls. On sour cream walls. Okay. First of all, sour cream walls. Sour cream word is expressing decaying aspect of life. Decaying aspects of life. Decaying aspect of life. Many more pictures are painted. Many more pictures are painted in the wall, on the wall, and in the color of that classroom is sour cream. Sour cream. You can say this color always expresses this decaying aspect of life. Decaying aspect of life. Donations, Shakespeare had these things are written, means the name of the donators are written there, and the butts of Shakespeare is painted in the classroom. Cloudless at dawn. Cloudless at dawn. Cloudless at dawn. The rising of the sun. The sun rising picture is painted in the classroom, and there is no clouds. There is no clouds. It means to say that writer wants to convey the idea to the reader that the picture which is painted in the classroom is not depicting the real condition of the slum children, because the rising sun is painted, and there is no clouds. But in the life of these slum children, there are so many clouds, means there are so many problems which is standing just like a hindrance in the way of their success. Civilized home riding all cities, and a very great buildings are painted on the wall. Very great buildings, big building are painted on the walls, and it is higher than the city. These buildings are higher than the city. Belled, flowery, Tri-Rose Valley, bell, flowers, and Tri-Rose Valley. Open-handed map. Open-handed map word is expressing. Open-handed map is expressing. Open-handed map. Open-handed map. Open-handed map. Open-handed map is expressing that these pictures are painted according to the will of any dictator, powerful person, because these pictures are not depicting the real condition of the slum children who are sitting in the classroom. Okay. Open-handed. Awarding the words its world. Okay. Awarding the words its world. The poet has used world two times. Two times the poet has used world. Two times the poet has used. Okay. And the poet hints of the two world. The first world is the world of poverty, misery, malnutrition of the slum, where these children are underfed, weak, and having stunted growth. And the other word is the word of progress, word of prosperity, peopled by rich and powerful. The picture on the wall is suggesting happiness, richness, well-being, but the students who are sitting in the classroom are undernourished, underfed, not provided food, proper food, and yet for these children, these windows, not this my dear word. And the poet is saying, and for these children, the window of the classroom is their world, not this picture is their world, because this picture is depicting to the royalty, to the royal family. Okay, and whatever the students can see from the window of the classroom, that is their limited area, where all their future painted with fog, and the future of these students, some children are in uncertainty. Okay, uncertain future. The future of these students are uncertain. A narrow street sealed in with lead sky, far from rivers, caves, and stars are put. The children crave for openness. The children desire for openness. Okay, they want to enjoy the rivers. They want to see the starry skies. They want to get rid of narrow and crowded streets. They want to get rid of narrow and crowded streets. They want to get rid of narrow and crowded street. They want to get rid of narrow and crowded street. Stop.